Hello, this is lecture 27. Oh my god, already 27. And today's topic is solely on one terminology, that is reliance. I never heard about the word reliance before law and economics, so my guess is you haven't heard about it before. Of course, you know reliable and things like that. However, what is the meaning of reliance? As usual, I think the best way to explain something is by easy examples. I wonder how many of you know the classic movie, When Harry Met Sally. I love that movie. If you haven't watched that movie before, I recommend it. At some point, you would enjoy it. Anyway, Harry is a male and Sally is a female, and they were just friends, but then they became girlfriend boyfriend and they got married. That's the basic story, but there's a lot of things, and they are intelligent people. In the movie, they graduated University of Chicago and they got a good job and blah blah blah, and they have the normal agony of a relationship like we do. Okay, anyway, so whether you watch the movie or not, I'm thinking about male and female, boyfriend, girlfriend, Harry and Sally, and assume that they are engaged. And they will get married. Just 2 days before the marriage, Sally canceled the marriage. I mean, she got cold feet. No reason. With no good reason, she said, "Oh, I kind of regret. I thought about it. I'm very sorry, Harry, but maybe this is a wrong decision I made. We'd better not get married." Okay, in the movie, this has complicated, stories on and on. But let's stick to the money part, the contract part. Harry understand, okay, no more marriage. However, because we have promised to marry each other, a lot of things have happened which cannot go back as if there was nothing happened before. What about wedding ring? I purchased a wedding ring. I paid $20,000 for it. And Sally may say, "Oh, sell it back to someone." But Harry said, "You want this design, and your name, my name, are carved in the ring. And then, even though we paid $20,000, if we resell it, it's gonna be only $10,000, half price. So I lost $10,000, and I'm not getting married. Whose fault is this? Well, it's yours because you canceled it. What about wedding hall? I mean, 2 days before, we cannot totally cancel the wedding hall. They are not gonna give us the total money back. We already paid, for example, $5,000, but they will pay us only $2,000. $3,000, they say, come on, like 2 days before, maybe they will never return anything. So $5,000 for the wedding hall, it's gone. Also, all my relatives are coming here. Like tomorrow they'll be here, and I made a hotel reservation for them, and they have to stay. The hotel would not nullify that. They have to pay some penalty to the hotel because they made a reservation a long time ago and they canceled just 1 or 2 days before. And thinking of my relative, they are taking airplanes, taking trains, and whatever. They came all the way here, and they say, "Come on, what about my airplane fee?" So it's easy for you to say, "I canceled the wedding, I canceled the marriage." But that does not make all these things automatically canceled as if nothing ever happened. We have to pay the penalty, the wedding ring price goes down, and things like that. Why am I talking about this? Explaining reliance. The marriage was a contract. Harry and Sally made a promise they will get married. So their marriage is the contract. But don't you think it is quite expected that because they're married, they must have purchased the wedding rings? They must have made a reservation for wedding hall. They must have made a reservation at the hotel for their relatives who comes from far away. All those wedding ring contract, wedding hall contract, hotel reservations, each of them are contract, but they are not really independent contract. They're contract conditional to the fact that Harry and Sally will get married. So when there's one contract, it's always kind of inevitable that other things would have happened based on the first contract. So investment conditional to the original contract, that is reliance. So you invested in wedding ring, you invested in wedding hall, you made a reservation hotel based on the marriage contract. For example, let's go back to the uncle and the nephew thing. The uncle promised the nephew to go around the world for trip and canceled. Okay, nephew, sue the uncle, what a bad nephew. But let's think about that. The nephew thought that I graduate college in February. Korea, everybody graduates in February. Maybe in America it's May. And then I got a job offer. So it's a good job offer. I may begin from March, but because of the promise from my uncle, I said, the whole month of March, I will go around the world. It's only one time chance in my life. So after agonizing myself, I rejected the offer. Wow, that's a good job, but I rejected because I cannot begin working from March because March is traveling around the world, getting money, I have to buy the money from my uncle. And uncle canceled that. My God, I lost job and uncle canceled trip. So losing the job was based on the fact that uncle will send me a trip around the world. That's a very damaging and severe stuff. So maybe we cannot blame the nephew so easily if that's the case. Other than that, nephew thinking about going to Africa, so he purchased the clothes. He purchased new camera to take pictures around the world. He registered for around the world kind of mobile phone contract, things like that. He purchased a book, etc., etc. And he even rented his house for the month of March to his friend because he'll not be there. But then now he has to be there. So he has to give some penalty money to his friend who said, come on, I have a reservation for your apartment the 1 month, but we cancel it, things like that. So the first contract canceled, so many stuff occurs, so many complications. Once again, this is a terrible year because coronavirus, but once again, this gives you abundant examples of law and economics. Because when the new semester postponed, if you remember, the new semester, spring semester, is supposed to be beginning in the 1st March in Korea Yonsei University, but it's postponed until the 16th of March. And then the final exam was also postponed by 1 week in June. The semester is supposed to be ended 3rd week of June. Now it's 4th week of the June. So what, you may say? The university got so many complaints because some people say, oh, I made a reservation for the apartment from the I'm living in I rented an apartment until the end of February, expecting that from March I can go to the dormitory of Yonsei University. But Yonsei University said, we cannot let you in the dormitory because of coronavirus. Of course, you should understand, if we put like thousands of students into the dormitory, wow, that's gonna be a pandemic. Just one of those 3,000 students get infected, all 3,000 would be infected. So the Yonsei University cannot do that. But then, like someone Korean student named Minsu, from Minsu's point of view, he has nowhere to go because he canceled the original rent at the end of February because, I'm going to the dormitory of Yonsei. But then he cannot. Now he has to find a new rental house. But then his original rental house was so good, now he cannot go back. So he paid a considerable more rent for the new rental house. So, there were students who complained to the university, you should pay me the rental house fee because you cancel the original dormitory contract. That's why I have in this trouble. Thinking about exchange student, they have airline ticket to come to Yonsei at the end of February now, and then going back to their country, Europe or America, the 3rd week of June. Not anymore. They have to be here until the end of June. Not to mention, I totally understand that, but the student complain, I have to change my airline tickets and I have to pay penalty for that, and Yonsei University should be responsible. Those things are the reliance. The Yonsei University has only contract with the student. We will have you in the spring semester beginning the 1st of March, ending 20-something in June. And I'm sorry, because of coronavirus, Yonsei University has to change that contract. So we are beginning 16th of March and the semester ends at the end of June. That is the change of original contract. But then your rental apartment problem, the contract changes, and your airline ticket changes. So many things should change. So, reliance makes the contract law 100 times more complicated, because whatever small promise you may make, that small promise has so many small baby promises. Those all baby promises totally depends on the original contract. Actually, this is a very, once again, I'm detouring to the economics a little bit. In economics, there's something called relationship-specific investment. Think about that. Sally loves the color of pink. So, when she is dating Harry, she tells Harry, you should wear everything pink. You should have a pink car, not the black car. You should have this, instead of the beige suit, you should change the pink suit. You have a hat, which is a white hat. You should change a pink hat. You have a shoes, which is black, change to the pink. etc., etc., etc. Otherwise, I'm not gonna marry you. So Harry changed everything to pink. Now you guess. Would Sally be so moved by this Harry's sacrifice and be nice to Harry? Or would Sally be not nicer to Harry? It's a common sense that, wow, if Harry changed everything to pink, Sally would be so happy. She would love Harry more. And, oh, you did all those things for me? So I will next time. If you want something, I'll do it for you. That's the common thinking of the situation. But the cold-blooded economists think the other way. We have something called hold-up problem. Think about from Sally's point of view. Harry is a good-looking man, intelligent, and things like that. And his fashion is okay. He's wearing black suit and black shoes, white hat, driving like a white car and things like that. Now, his car is pink. His hair is dyed pink. His glasses are pink. His shoes, clothes, everything pink. His socks are even pink. Would normal lady like Jane on the street, what would Jane think about Harry? Wow, that man is in a big trouble. I mean, that man must have some problem. Otherwise, why he wear everything pink? It's not even like a blue or something. It's male, dress everything pink and driving a car pink and things like that. If you are a lady, would you date a man whose car is pink? Very, very unlikely. What does that mean? Now, Harry has only Sally because no other woman would dare to date Harry. That would make Sally's position very strong. Now Sally says, please do this, do that. And Harry said, no, I don't want to do that. Sally said, thinking about situation, no, I'm the only lady in the world who would date you. Probably, if I say no, you would be in a big trouble. So, the negotiation power of Sally increased a lot. When I talk about the negotiation skill, you should prepare alternative, the brown bag lunch, when you are discussing about the pizza. So if you have hamburger on your side and discuss pizza, you can get more pizza. Here, Harry does not have anything. Harry does not have any possibility to date any other woman. On the other hand, Sally still can date other men. Therefore, the negotiation power of Sally increased so much. And why? Harry changed everything to pink. That is investment. For what? If you go back, it's relationship. Relationship specific investment. The pink car of Harry is not because Harry likes it. Harry values the relationship with Sally so much. So he changed the car color to pink in order to develop a relationship with Sally. So this relationship is the reason why Harry invested the pink color. This causes hold-up problem. Hold-up is hostage problem, in other words. So if you do the relationship-specific problem, investment, then you will become a hostage to that person and you would be in a weaker negotiation position. Here, Harry made relationship-specific investment. As a result, Harry's negotiation power decreased and Sally got stronger. Why this example is important? Maybe because male and female situation. Yeah, male and female situation, this happens a lot. Okay? It's essential problem between the big company like General Motors, GM, and Fisher Body. We have problem in Korea like 재벌, like big companies and small companies. The small company make something for the big company and things like that. The essence of that is this hold-up problem, relationship-specific investment. There once was a company named Fisher Body, which makes the body of the car, not the engine, not the wheels and things like that, not the complicated machine, the body itself, the shape of the car. The Fisher Body produced car body only for GM. So it's not like Fisher Body producing it for Ford, Chrysler, and etc. Fisher only produced for GM. And GM only got a car body from Fisher. So they are like coupled. Okay? So Fisher Body, when Fisher Body solely devotes its production line to GM, because GM cars are different from Ford car, any other car, they have a different shape. Even though Ford company asked Fisher Body, oh, can you make something for us? Fisher Body said, oh, we don't have a machine left to make your car body. We have to adjust our factory. That will take like 1 year. So the answer is no. I mean, we are so specialized in the relationship with General Motors, GM, so we cannot make any product for any other car company. That would make the Fisher Body in a very weak negotiation position with GM. As expected, there was a hold-up problem. The interesting thing is, it was not the GM who threatened the Fisher Body. It was the Fisher Body who threatened GM. Fisher Body basically said, GM, you're a big company. What if we stop producing your car body? GM said, what? Probably you will find another car body company, but that car body company never produced anything for GM. So it will take probably 1 year for you to get the supply of car body. And GM's car not produced for 1 year? Wow, I don't want to imagine that. It would be a big problem, big trouble. And GM said, what's the point? And Fisher Body says, please raise the price. Come on, we already agreed that the body is $2,000. The Fisher Body said, yeah, I promised, but now I want $3,000 instead of $2,000. Otherwise, good luck. You're not going to get the car body for the next 1 year. That continues. So GM always pay higher and higher price than originally promised to Fisher Body. Quite bad. Of course, it always happened the other way. But the small company with relationship-specific investment with a big company doesn't mean always they have a weaker hand. But anyway, this makes things complicated. How did they solve the problem, GM and Fisher Body? In the end, GM purchased the companies like Fisher Body. So Fisher Body became GM. It's like marriage. I mean, thinking about leaving your girlfriend without getting married. You may even have a baby. You may purchase a house. But then you always wonder, oh, come on, I have a baby. I made a purchase for my girlfriend and things like that. So one day in the morning, she says, sayonara, bye-bye. I will not live with you, something like that. Then all this relationship-specific, investment with Sally would be gone. It would be wasted. So there is a strong anxiety if Harry does not get married to Sally formally, and thinking about Sally may leave anytime. So whatever I did, Sally said, oh, I love this TV, so I purchased it. But then Sally leaves. I have another girlfriend. The girlfriend said, oh, I hate this TV. Then you should ditch it. So all those anxiety would make life pretty tough. Like GM and Fisher Body always have quarrels about the prices. So the solution is GM merges with Fisher Body and Harry marries Sally. Then everything is simple. Officially, you are together. You cannot break up. So things like that. Okay? So always when you have a uncertainty and problems caused by uncertainty, you can, if you're a company, you can merge. If there are two people, you can get married. Yeah, but marriage is a very odd thing. I mean, you can marry only once in your life. Only one lady, not once, maybe many times nowadays, but ideally once, and one at a time. The male cannot marry male. Female cannot, I don't know. But so, the business relationship, you cannot get married. So let's go back to the two friends case with reliance, new twist. So this line for the parking lot is the reliance. Tom invests Sam, and Sam promised to work. But as I said, there is a possibility Sam may break by paying the penalty X. You must be very familiar with that by now. And then let's say Sam's business, where Tom invested, has a lot to do with cars. So maybe it's a delivery service. So at night, the delivery cars should be parked. And Tom thinks, okay, instead of paying a very high parking fee to someone else, I can use my money. I invest $10 and make my own parking lot. And I save $5. Sam's business pay me, because Sam's business pays someone $5 for the parking fee, why someone else pay me? So I can get $5 profit, not only 12, but by setting a parking lot and parking only our business car, delivery car, I can have $5 extra business. So instead of 12, I can get 17. What about negative 10? If Sam break the promise and say, oh, I'm sorry, something happened, I cannot do the business with you anymore, then this parking lot construction fee would be totally wasted. So not to mention, Tom cannot get 5 anymore. The investment of $10 would be gone. He cannot recover the $10. So this is the situation. Of course, the question following is, without this parking lot, when Sam break the promise, the penalty should be same as perfect expectation damage, which means Sam promised Tom $12. So when he break it, he returned the original 30 for Tom. And in addition to that, he should pay Tom $12. Now, when there is a reliance like this, Sam not only 12, but $15, $5. So is it okay for Sam when he break the promise to pay just 12 as before? Or should Sam pay Tom 17? Because of this reliance. This reliance parking lot investment is conditional that Sam and Tom work together. The original contract. So the original contract collapsed, this parking lot reliance would collapse too. Should Sam pay for the parking lot? Let's assume P as the probability that Sam may breach the contract. Anytime Sam may got some good offer, Sam may get hurt, cannot work. So anyway, the P is the probability that Sam may break the promise. The expected profit from the parking lot is then 1 minus P, which means Sam keep the promise, then Tom will get $5. as we say here, $5. But if Sam break the promise, minus 10, Tom lose $10. Like here, minus 10. So, in the end, the expected profit from the parking lot, considering that P is the probability that Sam may breach the contract, 1 minus P multiply 5 minus P multiply 10. Automatically, parking lot should be invested if this expected payoff is bigger than 0. If Tom doesn't do anything, he got 0 profit. Tom do something, this is expected profit. If we rearrange everything, this is same as when P is less than 1/3. So, when if the probability that Sam may breach the contract is small, it's worth to invest in that parking lot business. Here, P is less than 1/3. Okay. However, what if the government, the court ordered, oh, Sam, when you break the promise, not only the $12 you promised to Tom, you should also pay the $5, no, not 5, maybe $10 or $5 or $10 loss to Tom. Because, he made the parking lot based on the original contract, it's reliance. So you not only pay for the original contract 12, but also the 5 and things like that. You should make sure Tom would not be. So if Sam pays only 10, Tom would not lose anything, it's 0. But if Sam pays 15, not only the loss, but also the perfect expectation damage, something like that. So court may say, Sam, you should pay Tom not only 12, but 15 or at least 10. Okay? Basically meaning you should compensate not only for breaking the original contract, but also the reliance. Is that correct? If that is happening, what would be the expected profit for Tom? When everything goes fine, it's 1 minus P multiply 5. When the Sam break the promise,